3 fragrances that absolutely surprised me in 2020. Want to find out more? Stay tuned. Guys, it's Scott here with another fragrance review. Welcome. I'm glad you guys could join me. Well, today I'm doing a fragrance video about 3 fragrances that really surprised me in 2020. I was tagged by my good friend 2 + 2 = fragrances. I really appreciate your generosity in thinking of me to do this video. Your video was extremely awesome. I really enjoyed it. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check it out. I'll put a link to his video down in the description. So before I get started, I just wanted to say, if you guys love fragrance content, if you love anything having to do with fragrances, if you love family videos, if you love just having a good time, if you guys like giveaways and all that sort of thing, then go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. We'd love to have you as part of our family and to join us on our journey. Also, if you find any value in today's video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and start this video. So for me, I just want to give a quick little disclaimer. 2020 was the first year I really started my fragrance journey. Of course, I've always had fragrances ever since I was a kid because I've always been into kind of style and fashion. So I've always had some sort of fragrance ever since I can remember, whether it be Polo from the very beginning or Eternity by Calvin Klein, but I've never been a collector until 2020. So all of last year has been a complete journey for me, and just about everything I've gotten my nose on has surprised me. And if I can paint a picture, I liken it to Daniel Radcliffe, probably the first time he was picked to play Harry Potter, which is one of my favorite movies I like to watch with my family. Can you imagine that kid who's never acted before, as young as he was, the first time he went on set for Harry Potter in a movie that big? I'm sure his mouth dropped every single time and he was in awe. And then imagine being the character Harry Potter, having to be surprised and acting like he was in awe every time he saw magic. Well, that's kind of how I feel. My first year on this fragrance journey, and it's been almost a year, I think it'll be a year in March, I've just been in awe. My mouth has been dropped. I've been so surprised at what I found out. Heck, I didn't even know there was such a thing as niche fragrances. I knew that there were designer fragrances, and I thought those designer fragrances were luxury fragrances. I had no idea. I had no idea there was such a thing as independent fragrances and so on. So I could probably pick 1,000 fragrances that surprised me, but I'll just stick with the 3 and we'll go from there. So the first fragrance that's really surprised me this past year in 2020 was a small independent company called Hidalgo. I was turned on to that company by a friend of mine named Faz Frags. You guys know about him. He's got a huge following, and rightfully so. Hidalgo Fragrances has this offering, let me put my glasses on. You're getting old, you need glasses. Hidalgo has this fragrance called Tabac Sucre, and it's just an absolutely amazing tobacco fragrance, guys. And the company in and of itself is amazing. The owner of the company is Dalton out of Nashville, Tennessee. He's an amazing guy to deal with. How he sells fragrances, you deal directly with him right on his Instagram account. You direct message him and you can find out what fragrance is right for you, and he's got a ton of them. But this one was right for me. And it's absolutely amazing, guys. This is one of the purest tobacco scents I've gotten my nose on. And for a small independent company, this is blended to absolute perfection. There's a hint of sweetness in this from the dark chocolate, and there's a little bit of earthiness, but it's just blended to perfection. I've smelled so many different tobacco scents, and this is one of the best on the market. So if you guys have never tried Hidalgo fragrances, I highly suggest you get your nose on them. Guys, these fragrances are 25 bucks. That's not including shipping. But these are absolutely handcrafted artisan fragrances, and I highly, highly recommend it. So there you go, Hidalgo Fragrances by Dalton, and this one's Tabac Sucre. And I'm telling you, it's one of the best tobacco scents you'll get your nose on, I guarantee it. All right, so the next fragrance and like I said, I could pick hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fragrances, but this one really, really surprised me from last year. In fact, this is a 2020 release. It's by Viktor and Rolf. It's called Spicebomb. You guys know that fragrance, but this is actually Spicebomb Night Vision, and this is the Eau de Parfum. Guys, this fragrance, it's absolutely blended to perfection. It's beautifully sweet. It's aromatic. It's fresh. It tends to do like both things at one time. It stays fresh, but yet it's spicy. And it's just so sweet and so gorgeous, and I get so many compliments, and I know a lot of you guys don't care if you get compliments or not, but I happen to like them. It gives you a little bit of confidence boost, and it just makes you feel good. This one, and I hate to overuse a word, but this one is blended so well, and it's so good. It's one of my favorites in my collection, and I've been wearing this one a lot. So if you guys haven't gotten your hands on Night Vision, the Eau de Parfum version, I highly, highly recommend it, and you won't be sorry if you get your nose on this. It's just really good. This is very blind buy worthy, and I absolutely love it. So, all right, the last fragrance I'm going to talk about, I'm sure you guys, if you know me, probably know what I'm going to mention, but it is none other than a creation by George Zaharoff, and this is Signature Pour Homme. This fragrance is a work of art. It's a masterpiece in my collection. Now, I have to be honest, I haven't smelled a ton of niche fragrances. There's so many more I'm going to get my nose on. That was a goal of mine that I wrote down for this New Year's. I'm definitely going to buy so many more niche fragrances, the higher end ones, and I'm sure I'll be surprised this year just like I was last year. But Signature Pour Homme, to me, is a timeless classic meets the modern day man. It is just so gorgeous. It's so pure, it's blended well, and it is just a gorgeous lavender bomb with a little bit of woodsiness mixed in there, a little bit of earthiness, and a nice sweet, sweet patchouli in here that is just absolutely to die for, guys. I love this fragrance. The oud in this is nice, but the lavender is the star of the show, and it's one of my all-time favorite fragrances. The performance is through the roof. The scent trail is absolutely gorgeous. It's ridiculous. And George, this is a masterpiece. I love the other two offerings that have come out. I love the Signature Noir, and I love the Royale, and I can't wait to see what's coming next. I heard you have an amazing rose fragrance about to drop, and I can't wait to get my hands on that one as well. But this one right here, guys, this is the truth right here. Absolute truth. I love this fragrance, and if you guys haven't tried it out, then you need to look it up. All right, and then just two honorable mentions real quick. I won't get into them, but this one absolutely surprised me. I first learned about this fragrance right here from Jeremy Fragrance. The cherry in this is ridiculous. The almond note in this line, the L'Homme Ideal line, they're all known in the DNA for having an almond note. Absolutely gorgeous line. To me, this is not designer. This is a niche company. We can argue about it back and forth in the comments, but this is one of the best cherry scents on the market. I absolutely love it. And then finally, guys, of course, I'm going to mention this one as an honorable mention. Look at the bottle. The attention to detail is ridiculous. This is Triumph of Bacchus. Boozy, apple note. The rum in here is gorgeous. It's a tobacco scent as well. The tobacco is blended well. It's not an off-putting tobacco like in some fragrances. The atomizer in this is ridiculous. I've never seen atomizer technology like this. The cap weighs 100 pounds. The bottle weighs 100 pounds. Guys, this defines luxury, and it's just a gorgeous scent. The art, the story behind it with the mythology, I absolutely love this company, and I love Christian as well. So those are my two honorable mentions, and Signature Pour Homme, Spicebomb, Night Vision, and Hidalgo Tabac Sucre are my three favorite fragrances from 2020. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know down in the comments what surprised you from 2020. Tell me about your fragrance journey, what really opened your eyes or opened your nose, so to speak. I love to hear from you guys in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button if you've got any value from this whatsoever. Guys, please share this video with your friends. And remember to always be yourself, as long as yourself smells good.